Welcome back to Bangers Bricks, everybody. My name is Ben. In one of our last videos, we started creating 9x9 shadow box display frames in order to display some of the minifigures that we've been collecting, such as Disney Series 1, Disney Series 2, and then we also have Disney 100 series up here above me. And if you've been following along with us long enough for the past couple months, we've actually started collecting a new line of minifigures, and those are the Iron Man minifigures. I'm super stoked as we have collected I believe 36 or potentially more, and they are honestly becoming too much to fit on these lockers, and I want to find a nicer way to display these. Now, my goal is to spend less than $40 within this whole project. So let's go to Michael's, start with this special project, and see what we can find to help display these awesome minifigures that we've collected. All right, everybody, not a place that we go super often, but it is time to hit up Michael's as we have a special project that we're going to be working on in the Lego room. Well, here we go. We are back here by the shadow boxes, and as if you've been following us for a little while, we have started collecting our Iron Man minifigures, and it is time to start displaying them. We have a couple of the Studio Decor Belmont boxes, shadow boxes, and we use the 9x9s for the Disney Series 1, Series 2, and our Disney 100 series, but those are 18 minifigures that we squeezed in one small little box. For the Iron Man minifigures, we're gonna have about 40 that we're gonna need to fit. So we're gonna need something a little bigger. And I honestly don't even know if 11 by 14 is gonna be big enough. So maybe something that we have to look at a larger size. And I don't see any larger sizes here. And then just a heads up, I know they have a sale going on. It's buy one, get two free for shadow boxes by Studio Decor, which is a great deal. Definitely something I might try to look into here, even for some more 9x9s if we do end up getting any more series. But online currently, if you go look, they actually have 50% off online for most of their shadow boxes, so definitely make sure you go check those out. Something we need something a little bit bigger. Again, that is another 10 by 10. That's actually pretty nice. That's something I was looking for in the past year, but need something a little bit bigger like this. And I want to get something that's white, so I may actually go and ask to see if they have anything. I think like 16 by 20 or even like 14 by 18 might be a good size here. So definitely something that we're going to take a look and see what we can find, see if they have any more. This one is a flat white 14 by 18. They don't have any in stock, but we might go look online to see if they have any in stock in that size and in that color. Well, we're back, and we did end up getting what we wanted with the 14 by 18 shadow box display frame here, but man, was it hectic. I ended up having to go back and talk to somebody in the back, and then on top of that, they weren't able to let me purchase it in store as they couldn't allow me to get the 50% off in store as it was an online sale only. So I had to go back to my car, purchase it online, and then go back in to pick it up. Yeah, it was insane. And now I finally made it back, barely in time to go get the boys' haircuts. And then when we get back, we'll continue to work on our shadow box display frame. So here we go. Okay. What are we doing?
Getting a haircut.
Get a haircut? Are you a little distracted because Finding Nemo was on the TV?
No.
Finny, take a look. Hey. Ooh, your hair grows so fast. Boys are back home playing with some Lego. Look at those fresh haircuts. Oh yeah. Ollie's not smiling. Oh, Finny with the fresh cut too. I like it, buddy. You guys look so handsome. Now that we are back from getting the boys some fresh haircuts, we're going to take a look at some of the materials we're going to use to create our shadow box display frame. First of all, shadow box, right? We just talked about this, getting this from Michael's here. This was right around 20 bucks after the 50% off discount. Now, these usually come with a cloth backer, as you can see, if you want to like pin pictures and stuff on them. That's really what it's for, but we're going to kind of repurpose this, take this cloth background off, and then we will use some of our thicker cardstock to attach to the backer board that comes on this. And then that'll create more of a smooth surface, because when you take that cloth backer off, it really kind of is uneven as that is glued to that backer board that comes with the display frame. Next up, what are we going to attach as our own background? We are going to have Iron Man kind of coming out of the mist here off the back background that we have. I think this is going to be really cool, having all of the red Iron Man minifigures popping, you know, as we display them all around Iron Man here in the middle. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And then lastly, what are we going to set the Iron Man minifigs on? We have our 2x2 inverted slopes, and that kind of rounds things off using our super glue to adhere these to our background. Now, for a price, I mentioned already, kind of 20 bucks here, and then we had $8 for our cardstock, and then for our background, it was $8, but we did end up getting 2 printed off because, as you can see on this one, it has a decent amount of smudges, and so this will be kind of our practice background. We'll do some practice on this, kind of look to see how we want the 2x2 inverted slopes placed as far as, you know, placement for the minifigures and what's going to look best, and then we'll use this one as kind of like our final background that will actually attach to our display frame. So a lot to do here. Now, unfortunately, we didn't quite keep it under $46 as we had 28, and then this was another $8, so 36, and then this was $10 with shipping. So we're sitting right around $46, so still pretty close to 40, but overall, I'll take it. Getting started on building our shadow box, we did get a chance to open the actual shadow box. We took the cloth backer off and did glue on the cardstock where the background will sit on. I apologize for the short time lapse. I did plan on showing more of the build process, but we ran into a couple issues that I'll explain here in just a second. Well, everyone, we were using our rough template, putting our holes where our 2x2 inverted slopes are going to go, and then I realized I came over to our final template or final picture that we were going to use and realized that this was 3/4 of an inch too short. So what we were doing this entire time practicing for is not going to work. So we are going to have to come back and use our rough draft as it is here. So again, everything worked out as far as like holes, measurements, and everything. So this is going to be pretty solid. Now all we have to do is get it attached onto our backer board and the back of the frame, and then everything will be ready to go. Well, we have the background glued on here, and I think it's looking okay. You know, you see a decent amount of imperfections and fingerprints and whatnot on the background, but I'm really hoping once we get some of these 2x2 inverted slopes on where all of our punches are and all the minifigures on here, that maybe that'll take away from some of the imperfections that you see. But also on the sides here, you do see some of the white sticking through, and that's really due to just some of the pictures and a little bit of our cuts just being slightly off. But again, that is completely okay, as there is an 1/8 of an inch border on the inside of our shadow box display. So again, that is all going to be covered up, and you won't see any of that once we get this put into the actual shadow box. The one thing I wanted to mention is we did put some of these notches in the background where our 2x2 inverted slopes are going to go, and we actually utilized a previous template that we used for our 9x9 shadow box, and then we just spaced it out so that it obviously looks consistent throughout the entire background. So really hoping we can get this to a okay point where it looks good enough and it's not bothering me. But if it does, again, we have plenty of time, plenty of materials to scrap this, and then I just have to go get another background printed off here. So here we go. While putting our 2x2 inverted slopes on, I want to talk through a few of the basic materials that we use throughout this process. First, we use a tape measure to get our end slopes the same distance away from the edge or the border as all of the other ones that we used. Secondly, we use super glue to attach the 2x2 inverted slopes onto our background. And then lastly, we used a straight edge to make sure that all of our slopes, as we were gluing them on, were all in a straight line. So no, we're not done yet, but this is turning out so well. I love the Iron Man image on the inside. The 2x2 inverted slopes went on pretty easily. We were a little off on some of our different measurements, but overall it does look really, really good. As I mentioned, we have the 1/8 inch border on the outside here that covered up most of the imperfections that we had on the outside, some of the missed cuts that we made. But again, overall it looks great. Our only thing left to do is try to put most of those Iron Man minifigures on the inside. So let's get to that and really see what we have for a finished product. Here we are with our final reveal. We finally have all of the Iron Man minifigures in here, and it looks great. I love the image in the middle, and then the surrounding suits on the outside just looks so great. We have most of our Iron Man minifigs down here, along with a microfig, but then also have Tony Stark and one Pepper Potts up top, and then War Machine up here in the top left as well. We'll try to fill out our War Machines as we go, kind of on the top left, and then same thing, Tony Stark up here. We'll take Pepper Potts out, as well as our extra microfig that we have in here. Moving forward. Now, we have 52 total 2x2 inverted slopes in the shadow box. We have about 17 empty spots if we take out Pepper Potts and the microfig. So definitely a decent amount of room to grow as we continue to collect. There's about 4 or 5 more Iron Man Mark suits that I still need to collect. And then also, I think I have 2 more Tony Stark minifigs to collect, and I have 2 or 3 more War Machine suits to collect as well. So definitely, I love the fact that we have the room to grow, because as I've maybe mentioned in the past, they usually have 1 to 2 new Iron Man suits come out each year. So definitely excited to continue to add to this collection, and then probably going to have to grow this collection here within the next couple years. But overall, looks great. And yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out. Well, this was definitely an interesting video, as we had quite a few things not go our way. Now, with that being said, even though some things didn't go our way, I think that we got an end product that was absolutely phenomenal. I think our new shadow box display frame for Iron Man minifigs turned out absolutely amazing. So definitely an awesome product and an easy way to create a shadow box, and we'll continue to do that as we branch out and collect different minifigure collections or series. Now, I will say, even though we had a tremendous success with this, we also had some negative, as we did set out to only spend $40 and ended up spending $46-ish in the end. But I'll eat the $6 and still call it a success. Please make sure you let me know if you guys have any other questions on some of the different products or processes that we use to create this shadow box. I'd love to obviously DM anybody to help out in whatever way I can. But please make sure you guys like, subscribe, stay tuned, as we have a lot more fun content coming up here. And again, make sure you get in our free giveaway that's happening January 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Easy way to get in: like our last video, subscribe to our channel, and then make sure you drop a comment down below in our last video letting me know how long you've been collecting Lego. Have a good one. See you later.